Hey guys, like the rest of you, I've been patiently waiting for the next playtest for Dark and Darker. With this newfound downtime, I decided to jump into the Dark and Darker Discord, and while scrolling, I discovered a lot of new players asking questions. I went back through my old footage and did the best that I could to compile a list of 25 tips that I picked up during my last play session. Hopefully they'll provide you with some help or a little bit of a competitive edge if you decide to do High Roller or Goblin Caves for the first time. Please note that going into early access, some or perhaps all of these lists are subject to change, and I will provide updates if needed. I would like to give a huge thank you and a shout out to the Dark and Darker Discord community for helping me curate this list. Now, let's jump right into tip number 1. Keep an eye out for loot such as bangles and silver coins. They are littered all over the place, and they can be less obvious than others sometimes. Mimics will return to their default chest state a few hits before they're dead. They can still attack you in this state and are not lootable.
Someone, or is that the mimic? Okay. That's a free person?
In Dark and Darker, you can mine in both the solo and multiplayer maps. Make sure you have your pickaxe equipped to your toolbar. This is COBALT. This is Ruby Silver. The area for Goblin Caves is always right here. In some areas, there are hidden passages such as bookshelves, levers, and breakable walls. These can reveal lion's head chests, potions, and a lot more. Keep an eye out for them. If disconnected while in a match, you are able to reconnect if you have not been killed or if the match is not over. With that being said, don't let something like this happen to you.
Oh, you just DC'd. Yeah, fuck. Oh. Yeah. What?
If you can, try to spectate players after you've extracted or if you've been killed. There's often a lot to be learned from their playstyle or build. It is beneficial to provide support by spectating your teammates as well.
It sounded close.
In Inferno 2, there is a simple CENTAUR cheese on this side of the map. This can be used with any class that has an ability to attack it from a ranged position. Pull the CENTAUR across the bridge to the pedestal, then simply jump back up and attack it. You can also use melee attacks to damage the CENTAUR from this position. When you're just starting out on a new character, it honestly can be difficult to know how to handle all the loot that you get from going into a dungeon. A good strategy is to sell everything you find to a vendor, except for certain weapons and armor. While weapons and armor may not fetch a high price in the beginning levels, it's worth holding onto them until you reach level 5 and can access trade chat. This allows you to negotiate a better price for your high quality weapons and armor to other players. This will also help you earn more money and clear out your inventory at the same time. A useful tool that the trade chat also offers is searching by item type and searching by item name. Using both of these search functions together will drastically cut down the time you spend searching for specific weapons and gear. In the Goblin Caves, which is a solo-only map, if you can't find an escape portal, there is an exit. It becomes available near the final remaining circles. Be aware that while the gate cannot be opened by other players, it is often camped by them. So keep an eye out for them. Adventure currency is awarded when you make a successful extraction out of a dungeon in any game mode. These points can be used in the shop to purchase skins, emotes, and more. Currently, the skins grant certain benefits and detriments to the player. So take that into consideration when equipping them for a raid. In addition to players and other enemy attacks, clerics and fighters who use a shield can block other attacks such as Wraith's Dash, the Death Beetle's Sting, Death Skull's Dashes, as well as many other types of attacks. Don't be afraid to hold your shield out and find out what it can block. At its core, Dark and Darker is a game focused around PvPvE. So it's wise to go in with a plan of some kind, even if it's just a simple starting kit like this. You can decide to kill everyone in your way, or decide to be diplomatic.
I'm gonna give you haste and then visibility. We'll just run past this guy, okay?
Gotcha.
But always be ready for anything to happen.
Yeah, y'all fuckers move really fast.
Oh,
A small but helpful tip for the rogues out there is hide can be used to stop the aggro of some enemies, but it does not work on all of them. Most notably, Death Skulls and Skeleton Archers. The final tip that I have for you guys is to study the map using Map Genie and the Dark and Darker subreddit. Right now, the following maps that are available in Dark and Darker are Crypts 1 through 4 for the Forgotten Castle, one static map for the Goblin Caves, which is solo only, and Inferno 1 through 3. To wrap things up, here's a quick recap. Keep an eye out for loot. Attack mimics until they're dead. Don't forget to mine. Look for hidden passages. Remember to reconnect if you disconnect. Remember to keep spectating. Cheese the Centaur. Use trade chat. Search trade chat. Use the exit in Goblin Caves. Use adventure currency for skins. Use your shield. Go in with a plan. Hide and seek with the enemy. And to study the map as best as you can. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to be part of our growing community of Dark and Darker fans and content creators, please consider joining our Discord server. You'll get updates, news, and discussions about the game, as well as opportunities to connect with other players, as well as content creators. I hope to see you all there.